Hello everyone, my name is KelSounds, and in this week's series we're going to be creating wavetables inside of Serum2. I'm just going to show you a few methods that I like to use when creating wavetables, and we're also going to read over some stuff inside of the Serum2 manual, which actually tells us how to get the best wavetables inside of Serum2. For this week there's only going to be 3 videos. I also want to mention the sample pack that is going to be included with this series will be available to download on my Patreon for my Patreon subscribers, so if you want to go ahead and check that out you can. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so I got my Serum2 here, and I want to show you guys my third way of making wavetables, and I've been slowly kind of experimenting with this, but I don't really see too many people talk about this, and that is Serum2 formula parser thing down here. So you can actually enter formulas inside of this little bar here to get some pretty crazy wavetables. And I'm not a math wizard or anything. This is still kind of complicated to me. I think it's just kind of interesting to cover it though, because it is there, and it's crazy that you can use math formulas to generate a wavetable. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and mess with sine waves. So I'm going to initialize this, and the first thing I'm going to enter in here, or first, before I move on, I'm going to use the warp and the formula here, just because I don't know how to create frames, like 256 frames, with the formula parser yet. But I thought this was pretty fun to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and enter sine. And if you open up Serum's manual, you'll see the basic functions. Using the formula parser, they have sine function, cosine function, tangent function. They got the descriptions, the arguments, and yeah, I would encourage you guys to look in here and see what is going on. Basically all the tools that Serum2 uses. And they also have constants and variables that are used. And so we're going to be using pi, which is 3.14 for the sine waves that we're going to be generating. And again, I would encourage you guys to look through this and experiment, and I don't know, just put some random stuff in there, see what you get. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these wavetables, and we're going to use the sine function because we want a clean sound. So sine, then enter in parentheses, I'm going to do 2 times pi. And so as you can see, there's nothing on the editor here because we have to plot this on x. And so x is the current time value being plotted from -1 to 1, and we don't have that information in here, so it's just going to be nothing. Like there's no information here. So we're going to go ahead and plot this on x. And as you can see, our wavetable is going from 1 to -1, and this is 1 full rotation. Okay, so I just want to stop myself there before I go any further. That is actually wrong because of how Serum2 handles the wavetable editor. It is bipolar. So when you type in x, it goes from -1 to 1. So when we do something like this, sine 2 times pi times x, we get 2 cycles. And so when we do something like this, we get 1 full rotation because x handles -1 to 1, so we don't have to worry about typing in 2 times pi times x. In regular math, to get a full rotation or full cycle in a sine wave, you would do 2 pi because 3.14 is half a cycle, and then 2 times pi would be a full cycle. So if I wanted if I wanted 20 cycles, I would do sine 20 times pi times x, and as you can see, that is 20 cycles. But yeah, I thought I'd show you guys that really quickly before we move on. So now we're going to use our warp, so I'm going to turn on Alt Warp Bend. And that's the kind of movement that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and modulate that, set the LFO12 envelope. See how long that is. Alrighty, cool. And then now I want to resample this to oscillator A. Whoops, I was selecting the wrong option there. Resample to oscillator A. Here we go. And there's our wavetable. It looks pretty crazy. I'm going to go ahead and remove all destinations, turn this thing off, come in here inside of our wavetable editor, and it looks like it just repeats from here. And so I want to go ahead and get rid of all of this extra stuff in the wavetable editor. So I'm going to go ahead and select a frame, 70, and then I'm going to select everything after that. Oh, whoops, that's not. I'm going to want to go to remove, actually, and then remove multi-selection. Then just to get a smooth transition between our frames, I'm going to do crossfade, and there we go. And I think I'll probably process this some more. There is a little bit of buzzing. I think that's because of the warp that was happening. So I'm going to fade edges, and let's see how that sounds. Sounds very different, but that's okay. It still sounds pretty cool. Then of course you can go ahead and add all sorts of crazy things to this. And get some really cool growls. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess what we're about to do. Add distortion. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. And heck, you could even resample that back into oscillator A. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that because the formula parser inside of Serum2 isn't really mentioned that much, and I don't really see people using it because, I mean, in the end, it's like, why the heck would I use math to create music? I wouldn't recommend that. I just thought it was kind of cool to show you guys. I mean, if it sounds good, it sounds good. That's what really matters in the end. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.